Wow.
Guess it's just you and I, Janine. You and me and Bite. Oh, not much. Just another week of work under my belt here. This was a short week, so I'm going into my short weekend this weekend. So only 3 days this time. It's funny. There's a little routine that my boss and I have on the last day of the week when we're walking out the door, and that is I've mentioned before that at Disney I had at best 1 day off a week, and I was happy to get it. And now I have a minimum of 3 days off every week, and I get disappointed when I'm only going into my 3 day weekend. And his answer is always, "Well, you're getting 2 more days than you used to get." Yeah, it's good having a boss that I consider a friend. That doesn't happen very often. This guy's a good guy. I like him. Right? You like as long as the food keeps coming, don't you? Well, that's sort of him too. So you owe him big too. Wow. Gotta wait for the ice to crack a little bit here. Actually, we had kind of a what they call a cold front come in. I think on Friday, so it went from the upper 90s to the lower 90s. But we had a little rain last night, and especially this morning, we have about an inch, a little bit more than an inch of rain this morning. So it's actually really nice out right now. I went out for a walk last night about 11 o'clock, and it was still a little warm out there, but it wasn't as hot as it's been lately. So maybe we're starting to cool off a little bit. I wouldn't mind. That's one of the great things about Texas. About the time you getting tired of the weather, it changes, and that's a good thing. Yeah, I know. If you look at the weather in Texas in like February and compare it to the weather in Texas in July, yeah, I mean we're all dead here. It's gonna be 1,000 degrees out in a week. Hello, Gene. Starting to come a little bit now. Wow. Things are going well, Gene. Thank you. Meow. Well, I got it all rototilled last week, and I got maybe about a quarter of the dirt moved to the other side of the yard. I'm not going to be doing anything this weekend. It's flooded out there again because of the rain and we got this morning, but that's okay. That just means I got to go do something else to entertain myself this week or this weekend. And then we're coming up on maintenance interval at the end of September and early October. So hopefully, I'm going to go out and do a little road trip then. I think I want to go down to like San Antonio, look at the Alamo, check out the Riverwalk. There's also some great caves in the area that are all kind of like within 20 miles of each other. So we're going to do some more caving vlogs. There'll be some splunking. But the planner's come along well. Like I said, the next step is I got to move all that dirt to the other side of the yard. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to do silos again. It's going to be like in the last year or two where because I can't go very much because of work. It starts at 8 o'clock, and under best conditions I get out at 7:30, and I don't do that anymore. I stay until the work's done, so I might not be able to get there until like 9 or 10 or something like that. And so, yeah, I just can't do it. Except the fact that we have maintenance interval at work, that means I'm off for the first week or two of the silo thing. So that enables me to do that. And so that's kind of fun. I saw John at the Comic Con a couple weeks ago, a month ago, whenever that was, and we talked about how I'm going to do what I've done in the last year or two, just be there for the first week or two. And basically, what he did last year is he had me outside the maze. Outside the maze is just kind of greeting the guests going in. He said, sometimes people don't have as much fun with that because you don't get the good scares. Like I got my share of scares. You just got to work out a routine that works for you. And usually, what I do is I kind of just drag myself very slowly towards people, start walking towards them. And, at that point, you kind of figure out which one is going to freak out. And then when you get really close to them, then you start chasing them. That's a lot of fun. And it works. No, no one ever threw a punch at me. I know people who have been assaulted in there. And unfortunately, some of the women get groped in there. But there's usually the temple police are on property, and they're really great. They're there to take care of that kind of thing. Hey, Yvonne. Yeah, there was a case where a woman got groped. I guess about 2 years ago. They led the guy away in handcuffs because it turned out that the woman he groped was 15 years old. So yeah, he ruined his night. Did I forget to put last week's live stream up? Hold on, let me look. It wouldn't be the first time. I think I did that a couple weeks ago too. Because what I do is usually the day after. What I'll do is go and manually place the ads. And yeah, you're right. I didn't put it up. Man, I'm getting sloppy in my old age here. Okay, there you go. It's live now. Sorry about that. Yeah, remind me of that if I do that. For the most part, though, most of the people in Silo are great. As I said before, there's basically three kinds of people that go through the haunts like that. I did kind of that anatomy of a Scream video a couple years ago, where I actually filmed reactions of people in the maze. And there's three people. There's the ones that scream and get terrified by what's happening. There's people like me who laugh at it and they're laughing all the way through. And then there's the people that just want to be cool and they just kind of try and stare you down. They're the least fun. Hello, Gene. Now we got both Genes here. That's happened a couple times too. Somebody will scare me. Like American Eagle, we got good genes. Yeah, we got to call this the dad joke channel here. Got your fur all over my nose. Got your fur all over my nose now, dude. Yeah, we're kind of getting to the point where it's a little cooler outside now, and I've been wanting to try and increase the speed. I'm working on that because I've been going It's been 6 months now since I really started working on that. Good morning, Susan. Yeah, I got a lot more to go though, but it is good seeing the progress be made. Well, I haven't seen Rhonda yet either, Susan. And of course, we don't expect Jeff Kidd for about an hour yet. He's got to do church, but we usually get him between church and lunch. So that guy's starting to have quite an antique tractor collection. I don't know if you've been watching his channel. He's been building all these, rebuilding all these old antique tractors. I guess got one more he wants to find and add to his collection. I wish I knew engines like that. That's just it's not my thing. I've never been. You'd think that some stuff might be into cars too, but no, that's never really been my thing. I haven't tried the organic milk yet. And actually, when I actually forgot to mention to talk about you when I went into the rock shop 2 weeks ago. So I don't know. They were having the busiest day I think I ever saw. I walked in there. There had to be 30 people in that store. There was a lot. That is the hard work. You're right, Gene. You got to get those first two levels in there perfect. Otherwise, it's going to look like the wall does this kind of thing. You can't have that. So far, it's looking pretty good. And the nice thing about the sand that they had at the bottom of the pool, on the floor of the pool, is that it's pretty dense and pretty compact. So it doesn't seem to settle a whole lot, and that's good because the stuff I'm doing still looks nice and flat and straight. So I don't know if I can keep it up, it's going to look good. Things look like the alien plant with eyes. Uh oh. I'm getting a warning that my internet connection just went unstable. Hope we don't have problems. I mean, we had a little rain this morning. That shouldn't be affecting the internet. Yeah, it only flashed on the screen for a second. So, maybe it cleared itself up. Might have just been somebody downloading an unusually large porn file.